Coach, I don't think we've seen you since Cam was cleared last week for contact. Just how has he been since he got back on active, and do you anticipate him being able to play this week?
He's been doing good. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing a really good job of sitting up there attacking the practices. So we'll turn him loose on Saturday and let him see what he can do.
Yeah, Coach, I was going to ask a similar question about the health of your room. It seemed like you had to manage some guys, and a couple of guys were banged up throughout fall camp. Just where do you believe the health of your room is overall heading into the opener?
Yeah, we're sitting in a good spot right now heading to this opener. So feeling good about where we're at right now and just ready to see these guys go perform on Saturday.
Since Cam's not been able to get hit, have you all been trying to do extra stuff with him, whether it be, hitting him with the bags, stuff like that, to, just kind of give him some type of simulation of getting hit for the first time?
Yeah, we kind of do that, especially in our ball security circuit in our Indy period, giving him a chance to be able to feel getting hit and what it'll feel like once he gets hit in the game on Saturday.
When you go into a game with as many guys as you have that have practiced or you've managed through, how do you organize the workload? Is it just start one and it's a hot hand from there, or do you go in saying, hey, I want to get these three guys in by the middle of the first half? I mean, how do you plan that out?
I think you plan it out by the way that they go attack the weekend practice. You know what I'm saying? Seeing, from the standpoint of the competition in the room, who understand their assignments, and then kind of based off the flow of the game as well. We'll kind of put a plan together in terms of how we'll rotate guys, and then, it's also the feel of it. Me being able to play running back in my previous life, you kind of get a feel for it as a running back as you get in the groove and kind of see who has the hot hand.
Coach, how diverse do you think your room is in terms of guys being able to slide in, different guys being able to slide in certain situations and not be predictable based on personnel? I think that's the kind of the best part about the room right now is that, we all got compliments to each other, but we're all similar, too, in a skill set standpoint. So it's not like, when one guy comes in that they can key on this particular skill set is coming. I think that's the best part about the room right now. And then at the same time, they also got different off-speed pitches that they bring to the table. So that part is good.
Coach, you spent a few years early in your career at FCS programs as you were working your way up. What's the mindset going into some of these games? I'm sure you were part of it. What's the mindset maybe on the other side? Is this like a kind of a Super Bowl kind of game, or is it just more of a let's figure some things out so we can go compete at our level?
Nah, the mindset, previously when I was at FCS was you always want to prove a point. A lot of those guys that's sitting on, the opposite sideline, a lot of them from or surrounding areas. They're in-state guys that want to prove that they deserve to be here and that they deserve to be on this stage. So you're going to get their best shot, every single snap. That was the things that, previously at some places I've been, anytime you got a chance to play up in a weight class, that you go in there and you give everything that you got for 4 quarters and then you let the chips stack where they may fall. So our guys understand that as well, understanding that they're going to get their best shot this weekend and we got to be ready to play.
Where is Peyton Lewis at in his development now compared to where he was first scrimmage of fall camp?
I think Peyton's done a really good job in terms of taking the next step. I think he's more confident right now himself. I think he's done a really good job of getting comfortable in the whole entire offense. So when he gets in there, you see him in practice do a lot of really good things. You see him understand the protection aspect of it. You see him anticipate where the runs are supposed to hit at. So I think he's at a point right now he's getting more comfortable. But I think he's going to get comfortable continuously as he gets practice throughout this season too. And then he gets some game experience. So I think that's the number one deal with him is his confidence is continuing to grow.
Coach Heupel had mentioned some of the things Chattanooga brought to the table on offense. What are some specific things you've seen from their defense that you've reminded your guys about?
I think the number one deal, you look at their defensive front, how they attack and they get off the ball. I think they do a really good job in terms of penetration, in terms of being able to play aggressive, and they want to try to move the line of scrimmage, to play on the opposing's offense line of scrimmage. I think their linebackers are downhill players that do a really good job of being able to go gain, tackle, and wrap up. I think those are the things that you see. They're very similar. When I was at Western Carolina and was in the same conference with them, very similar structure-wise to what they've done in the past when they were really good. So this is a defense that's going to play hard and it's going to get after your tail, and they want to be attacking on all phases.
How does your personal expectation change for these guys as you transition out of fall camp and now into a game week?
It doesn't change. The standard is the standard. So we make sure we do a really good job of understanding. Just because we're transitioning the game, our attention to detail does not change. Our focus does not change. The level and the expectations of the way we go out here and practice every day does not change. So it actually has to go up another level because you understand, like, okay, my reps are my reps, and I got to make each one of those reps count. So we got to do a phenomenal job of maximizing our time on the practice field.
How have you seen the offensive line continue to develop or complement the concepts that you're trying to put in place with the running backs?
They've done a really good job. That's the number one deal right now is that us and the offensive linemen are on the same page, so we fit hand in hand together. And I think that they have done a phenomenal job of being able to come out to football in terms of when we're running the football, moving the line of scrimmage, and also the communication piece from the pass pro standpoint. We're on the same page, which is phenomenal.
Last question, Patrick.
One more on Cam. I don't know, maybe you didn't get to see a whole lot of him in the spring before he got hurt, and then he's been maybe not fully unleashed, as you kind of put it. How have you been able to sort of get an evaluation of him? Did you watch what he did in the bowl game? Did you go back to high school from him? How have you kind of gotten an evaluation to see what kind of running back he is?
Watch the tape from high school and then watch the tape from the bowl game and how he played along last season. And then being able to watch him as, he's got a chance to practice, you know what I'm saying, and kind of get a feel for what style of a running back is. Always looking at things that we can work on from that standpoint, trying to enhance his strengths as well as we're trying to sit up here and work on the things to continue to tweak him and make him being the most complete running back that he can be. I think you sit here and look at it, he's smooth. He has really good vision. He's able to anticipate where the holes are going to be at the second level. I think just like with all taller backs, just being able to work on that pad level, instead of running upright like Eddie George, making sure we're doing a really good job running behind our pads and being able to finish off runs.
Thank you, Coach.
Awesome.